Greetings. Welcome to the world of Omshia Foundation. Representing Omshia Foundation's A4G Impact Collaborative, I, Aarti Ahuja, am delighted to invite you to our podcast series, Governance Dialogues Shaping the Future of AI. The A4G Impact Collaborative is a global alliance launched by Omshia Foundation under the leadership of our thought leader, Mr. Nitin Dhawan, who is shaping the AI landscape with Swadharma and Swabhav that shall ensure AI becomes a force for equity, compassion, and sustainability. A4G unites with experts, institutions, and policymakers to co-create open solutions across three key domains: AI for sustainability, driving ESG transformation and circular economy adoption with data-driven insights; AI for mental well-being, scaling supportive AI human frameworks for accessible mental health; and governance of AI, developing ethical, human-centered, and inclusive governance frameworks. We hosted our first event, A4G Horizons Responsible AI Symposium, at DTU on 16th April this year, taking the collective forward with our nation's policymakers and AI collaborators. We present Episode 2, AI with Accountability, contributing to this critical, time-sensitive conversation today are our policymaker friends of A4G and earlier guest during the April symposium, Dr. Ramanand and Nand, co-founder and director, CPRG and Future of Society Lab, director, Center of Indo-European. Dr. Nand is a leading policy researcher and governance expert, co-founding the Center for Policy and Governance and Future of Society Dialogues on Governance, Innovation, and AI Policy. His work focuses on creating inclusive governance frameworks that adapt to the complexities of emerging technologies. We welcome you, sir. Along with him today, we have Dr. Vinod Kumar, Assistant Professor, School of Public Policy and Governance, Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Hyderabad. Dr. Kumar is an academic and researcher specializing in public policy implementation and governance. His work spans labor policy law, skill development, and the socio-economic impact of technology, with a strong focus on how AI-driven transformations affect employment and marginalized community. At this, he contributes to advancing evidence-based policymaking that balances innovation with accountability. We welcome you, Dr. Kumar. This series is an endeavor to build a community voice, and within AI governance, representing the youth is our youth ambassador, Ms. Urja Aganpal, a student of Delhi University and a political science degree. She's pursuing her political science degree right now, and she'll be moderating this conversation. Over to you, Urja.
So thank you so much, ma'am, for overing me. So good morning to each and everyone here. This side Urja Aganpal, today's moderator of the session. I am pursuing a BA Political Science from Shahid Bhagat Singh Evening College and a youth ambassador at my college. So I welcome today's distinguished speakers of the session today, Dr. Ramanand sir and Dr. Vinod Kumar sir. So sir, as we move ahead with our round one, so the round one majorly focuses upon that how the governance and the policy framework of AI has not only built and transformation its growth in the governance sector, but also ensure that how accountability plays a crucial role in boosting the framework of that. And the major principle of this will be actually focused upon the key roles which AI has actually played in the governance sector in order to ensure transparency and also build a more accountable role here. So as we proceed ahead, I have a question to Dr. Ramanand sir. Sir, like as you are the director at CPRG Foundation, so how do you think that how the AI has actually played an important role in maintaining the level of accountability in all the three sectors of our government? And not only that, how AI has a core principle related growth in the governance sector and how it is actually becoming adaptable in India's growth and development and being a moderated role in the future policy framework to ensure that how these policies are very much adaptable and effectively implemented.
Thank you, Urja, for the series of question, and I'm afraid I'm not able to answer all the question in one go, because if I will try, I think it will take more than 15 to 20 minutes. So I will start with the answering the first part of your question, how AI can ensure accountability of all three organs of the government. And in my opinion, it is already playing an important role. So you have seen there are a lot of AI based tools are coming, AI based even some startups are coming, some apps are coming who are just trying to create lot of facility, lot of and also giving lot of information related to judiciary. I have seen minimum, I think, 3 to 4 AI based app which are giving lot of drafts, lot of information related to AI. And now not only in India, even across the world, people are suggesting why we are investing lot of time to just analyzing the data which AI can analyze. So as you are aware, and I think Dr. Vinod will also agree on that, our judicial system is slow not because of the it is slow. It is slow because there are lot of cases are pending, and cases are pending because we have very less number of judicial officer at the district court, at the kind of at metropolitan level. At Supreme Court level and High Court level, we have some kind of I will say good representation. But I think at the district level and usse agar below jayenge, then we have very less number of people who can handle those cases. So through AI, we can solve these problems. And there are a lot of things where you don't need human intervention. So if you have some kind of a issue related land rights, if you have issue related some kind of a demarcation, every data is available. What you just need to feed that data. And I think in some of the cases, there should be no human intervention also. If you have data and you can analyze those data and you can give or make some opinion on behalf of that, why you need human intervention? So I think instead of the higher level, our judiciary should more focus on at the lower level. क्योंकि जो प्रॉब्लम है पब्लिक की या नॉर्मल लोगों की, that lies in at the local level, not at the highest level. And these are the very small problem, very small issues which are pending from the years in the court. और एक और issue है, then there are a lot of things why even we think our judicial system is very cheap compared to the other part of the world, but at the same time it is very expensive in time in compared to other courts, because it took lot of time. So अगर आप time और money को compare करोगे तो it's a very expensive also, because it consume your energy, it consume your time, it consume your money, and जो सब accumulate होता है वो बहुत ज्यादा thing होता है. So I will suggest कि there are lot of software now, lot of tool now, जो आपके बहुत सारे जो petition है उनको तुरंत वो एक format में डाल देते हैं. You don't need to do anything. You just need to put your matter. You just give prompt कि मुझे इस कोर्ट के लिए इस जगह के लिए मुझे एक application चाहिए, and it will be done. It will be done in the seconds. Usually lower court में जो लोग बैठे होते हैं, वो जो लोगों से पैसा लेते हैं, they usually charge 100 or 200 or even 1000, but the people who are coming to them, for them 1000 is also very big amount. So this is the judiciary part. what I have seen, I have seen in Parliament, earlier it was very difficult to kind of translate the speech of the honorable members of Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha in the regional language. Because of that, बहुत सारे जो कन्वर्सेशन दैट शुड बी वेरी काइंड ऑफ जो बहुत ही ऑर्गेनिक होने चाहिए थे, वेरी इम्प्रॉप्टो होने चाहिए थे, वो होने में टाइम लगता था. देयर आर सर्टेन ट्रांसलेटर बट उसको टाइम लगता था. आई हैव सीन कि अभी गवर्नमेंट ने विद द हेल्प ऑफ भारत जेन नेक्स्ट एंड सर्वर एआई, नाउ दे आर अडॉप्टिंग, they have started to translate those things in real time manner. So जो कन्वर्सेशन है, जो डायलॉग है, और वो रियल टाइम में हो जाएगा. एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट बहुत सारे जो कन्वर्सेशन, बहुत सारे जो इनसाइट्स हैं पार्लियामेंट में, वो बहुत और लोगों से आएगा. इवन आई इन माय ओपिनियन इट विल आल्सो इंक्रीज द रिप्रेजेंटेशन एंड पार्टिसिपेशन ऑफ दोज एमपीज हु यूजुअली हेजिटेट टू पार्टिसिपेट, क्योंकि कुछ ही लैंग्वेज में ज्यादा कन्वर्सेशन होता है. सो इट विल आल्सो ईज आउट कि जो रीजनल पार्टीज से लोग आए हैं वो बहुत ही कॉन्फिडेंटली दे कैन टॉक, दे कैन स्पीक और दे कैन पार्टिसिपेट इन दोज कन्वर्सेशन. At the executive level, there are a lot of possibilities with the help of AI, and मुझे लगता है कि बहुत सारे जो वर्क हैं, मतलब I was trying to plan this thing with some offices कि you don't need to read every application. आपके ऑफिस में जो एप्लीकेशन आ रहे हैं और जो कंप्लेन आ रहे हैं, जैसी भी ग्रीवियंस आ रही है, what you just need to put on certain dashboard, and that dashboard can direct those application to the concerned department, concerned person, and then at the end of day you can just see the data कि किसने किस चीज को सॉल्व किया है, किसने उस पर एक्शन लिया है. सो दीज आर द थिंग्स जो मैं आपको एक रियल टाइम में बता रहा हूँ कि जो बहुत तेजी से आ रही हैं और हमें इस पर थोड़ा सा फास्ट वर्क करना है. देयर आर लॉट ऑफ इश्यूज जो कि हमें ये करना चाहिए, डेटा क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा, बट इन माय अंडरस्टैंडिंग ह्यूमन लाइफ, ह्यूमन टाइम एंड ह्यूमन वैल्यू आर मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन एनीथिंग. अगर बाय अडॉप्टिंग एआई वी आर सर्विंग ह्यूमन लाइफ वेल, अगर हम उनको कुछ कंसोल कर सकते हैं तो वी शुड अडॉप्ट टेक्नोलॉजी विदाउट गेटिंग इनटू द लॉट ऑफ डायलेमाज. So I think that is the first part. I will come back or after some time, or you can just repeat the questions because it was very hard to सारे questions को एक time में capture करना.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. The way you answered it was so impactful that now we not only are able to gain that insights, but as a youth, we are able to analyze that how AI is actually transforming the culture of our nation and even impacting the same in a more positive way and manner. So yes, sir, definitely. I will repeat my question, and sir, you can absolutely take your time and answer. So, sir, the rest part of my question was that how AI will actually become robust and adaptable with respect to different sectors of India while maintaining the governance related principle of our growth and development. So this was the last part of the question.
So Urja, I think जो गवर्नेंस के कुछ बेसिक प्रिंसिपल होते हैं, उनमें से जो सबसे बेसिक प्रिंसिपल है, कोई भी पॉलिसी या गवर्नेंस सिस्टम दैट शुड बी ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक, दैट शुड बी in public policy we usually call it public centric. So even AI की जो भी डिजाइन है, जो भी चीजें हैं, that should be a human centric or public centric. That should also uphold the dignity and rights of those individual, those people for जिनके लिए वो चीजें बनाई जा रही हैं. एंड ये तभी हो सकता है कि जब हम उसको इंटीग्रेट करें, कुछ बेसिक वैल्यूज को और उसके एथिकल पार्ट्स को हम एड्रेस करें. वो एक सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट है. जैसे मैंने कहा कि इवन जुडिशरी में इफ यू वांट टू जस्ट इम्प्लीमेंट द एआई थिंग, वी शुड अंडरस्टैंड कि मे बी देयर आर सम काइंड ऑफ पीपल हु विल गिव यू लॉजिक की इससे बहुत सारे डेटा पब्लिक हो जाएंगे, बट वी जस्ट नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि लैक ऑफ द पीपल, अलग अलग स्टेट में लैक्स लोग होंगे जिनके केसेस लगातार कोर्ट में चल रहे हैं, दे आर एग्जॉस्टेड नॉट बाय ओनली मनी बट बाय द टाइम, बाय द एनर्जी, whether we will serve them by providing real time solution or we just need to kind of sit back कि इससे कुछ में भी हो सकता है कि नेगेटिव हो जाए. So while opting human centric approach, हमें किस वैल्यू को कब प्रमोट करना है या कब उसको प्रायोरिटी देना है, we should also understand that thing. Then I think in AI accountability and transparency both are very important. So and that should be at the both way. AI will bring accountability, AI also will transparency, but at the same time हमें ये भी ध्यान में रखना है कि ये जो AI डेटा यूज हो रहा है वो कौन कर रहा है, वो किस टाइप से यूज हो रहा है, वो किसके लिए यूज हो रहा है, who are holding those data. So we also need to understand those things. For that we should have a proper guideline which can kind of take care those data, those part. So दोनों चीजें हैं, एक तो AI से बहुत सारी जब रियल टाइम में इंफॉर्मेशन आएगी तो यू कैन नॉट हाइड सम एनी इंफॉर्मेशन एनीथिंग, जो यूजुअली अभी हमारे ऑफिसेज में कई लेवल पे होता है, जिसकी वजह से इश्यूज आते हैं. गवर्नेंस के जो बेसिक इश्यूज हैं वो अकाउंटेबिलिटी एंड ट्रांसपेरेंसी है. सो हमें मालूम नहीं होता है कि इस चीज के लिए कौन अकाउंटेबल है. सो इंफॉर्मेशन अगर रियल टाइम में इंफॉर्मेशन आएगी देन वी कैन मेक पीपल अकाउंटेबल कि नहीं, यू शुड डिलीवर दिस. एट द सेम टाइम जो लोग यूज कर रहे हैं वो उनका कोई माल इंटेंशन ना हो, उसके लिए हमें ध्यान में रखना चाहिए कि वो किस लिए कर रहे हैं. देन प्राइवेसी एंड सिक्योरिटी इट्स अ मेजर थिंग, जिसके बारे में हम सब लोग को मालूम है कि डेटा सिक्योरिटी में और लोगों की जो इंफॉर्मेशन है, जो उनकी प्राइवेसी है, उसको हमें कैसे करना चाहिए. डीपीडीपी एक्ट में बहुत सारी चीजों को एड्रेस किया है एंड वी आर वेटिंग फॉर द काइंड ऑफ मोर कॉम्प्रिहेंसिव गाइडलाइन टू प्रोटेक्ट द प्राइवेसी ऑफ द ऑर्डिनरी पीपल ऑफ इंडिया. देन द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ दिस थिंग जिससे एआई का इम्पैक्ट पड़ेगा गवर्नेंस सिस्टम पे, fairness and inclusivity. So with AI tools we can tweak something. This is also possible. It's not an objective thing. When it is a tool, you can tweak. So you can tweak in the favor of someone and you can tweak against someone. So we need to understand कि इसमें किस टाइप के इंस्ट्रक्शन, किस टाइप के प्रॉम्प्ट डाले जा रहे हैं. India is a very diverse country, not only geographical but culturally very diverse, socially very diverse. So gender, social, economic, geographical, all kind of diversity we should respect. Otherwise, if you believe कि it's a tool and you can just give the instruction and it will follow, ये थोड़ा सा गलत हो जाएगा. Because at any point of time you can always tweak these prompts, you can always tweak those things, those policies. So we need to ensure कि इसके जब इसको बनाया जाए, किसी भी पर्टिकुलर पॉलिसी को या किसी सिस्टम को बनाया जाए, तो उसमें बहुत सारे ग्रुप का रिप्रेजेंटेशन हो, या रिप्रेजेंटेशन ना हो तो या उन सब चीजों को ध्यान में रखा जाए कि ये जब डील करेगा ऐसे ग्रुप के साथ में तो उसकी लैंग्वेज कैसी होगी, उसका बिहेवियर कैसे होगा. देन मुझे लगता है कि द सेकेंड पार्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन, द एंश्योर रोबस्ट येट एडॉप्टेबल फ्रेमवर्क, तो मुझे लगता है कि अगर हम इन सब चीज़ों को ध्यान में रखेंगे सो हम बहुत सारी चीज़ों को एड्रेस कर सकते हैं. बट कुछ चीज़ें जो बिल्कुल ही आई थिंक क्रिटिकल हैं, इवन व्हेन वी विल यूज द एआई, अगर एआई यूज करेंगे हमारे पास डेटा सेंटर्स ज़्यादा खुलेंगे तो एनवायरमेंटल इफेक्ट भी पड़ेंगे. So we just need to take care that part also कि हम कैसे ग्रीन डेटा सेंटर्स कैसे कर रहे हैं, ग्रीन डेटा सेंटर्स के साथ में हम कैसे अपनी लाइफ स्टाइल्स को भी मैनेज कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज इट विल पुट लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर ऑन एनर्जी डिमांड आल्सो. एंड विद द एनर्जी डिमांड जो अभी हम देख रहे हैं जो मेजर एनवायरनमेंट और क्लाइमेट चेंज, ये और तेजी से होगा और फास्ट होगा. तो हाउ वी विल बैलेंस, वी नीड टू टेक केयर दैट थिंग. दो चीजें और मुझे लगता है कि हमें ध्यान में रखना चाहिए. एक लेयर्ड रेगुलेशन होनी चाहिए, नॉट एब्सोल्यूट रेगुलेशन बट लेयर्ड रेगुलेशन. एक हॉरिजॉन्टल फ्रेमवर्क में कि क्या बेसिक प्रिंसिपल होंगे और वो बेसिक प्रिंसिपल कैसे अक्रॉस सेक्टर पे अलग अलग जगहों पर अप्लाई होंगे. There cannot be a kind of a one type of regulation in country like India. अलग अलग सेक्टर के लिए, अलग अलग रीजन के लिए there will be some kind of a different regulation. Then हमें उन regulations को और हमें अपनी policies को usually update भी करना होगा on the basis of some evidence based work, research work. कि हमें लगातार अपने स्टडी भी करनी होगी कि किस चीज का क्या इम्पैक्ट पड़ा. अगर मान लिया हमने have just implemented some tool in the particular sector, particular region, so what was the impact of that tool, on that region? लोगों ने कैसे react किया, what are their reaction, what are their feedback? On the basis of those feedback, we need to update ourselves. So these are the kind of very dynamic thing जिसको हमें ध्यान में रखना होगा.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Well stated that yes, it's very important and mandatory to ensure that each and everyone must adopt, but without being biased, each and everyone must know that how the transformation actually takes place. So, in order to ensure that how the accountancy and transparency of the same is maintained, because if you're actually bringing a change, it's very important for you to adopt the effects of that change in a more positive way and manner. And I think, sir, you are able to express this through your viewpoint which you mentioned right now. And sir, now we will like to bring Dr. Vinod Kumar sir on the floor. So sir, as we know that your work lies more on public policy assessments, which not only focuses upon skill, labor assessments, but on a more growth and developer way. So sir, what do you think that the AI will actually affect India's employment, such that how AI will actually take the job related opportunities and employment related opportunities of individuals working at the formal sector, and how do you think that the Indian government should bring into account those policies and measures which will not only mitigate the access to employment but also provide it in a more broader view of the same?
Thank you, Urja, for your question. So, my work basically, what I have done basically, that was one paper I presented at Galgotia universities. So, first, my propositions and understanding about AI is basically, I have analyzed the historical trajectory of technology and science. So, you see, in the history, innovations and technology has been part and parcels of the human civilizations, and the human cognitive capability or thinking capability definitely is unlimited. So we can invent, we can think something which has never been thought. So this is like an inalienable process of human civilizations, coming with something, inventing something and all. So now AI is the fourth revolutions in the science and technology, AI and genetic engineering, what it calls. And whenever there have been the major innovations, technological and scientific innovation, it has huge impact on society. It has completely changed the social structure. So take example of innovations of steam engine and then industrial revolutions in Europe. So definitely you see AI in 21st century is going to lead a different kind of social structure, and it is going to impact every sphere of the social life. So that is for sure. And now because of AI is a very nascent phenomena in the 21st century. I think it is just a beginning. It has a very long role to play to shape and reshape the social structure and the social sphere of our day-to-day life. So now there are some questions are coming related how AI is going to impact the labor. So since take example of India, if till we have very serious unemployment rate, poverty, digital divide, accessibility, literacy. In when it comes to the other human development index, we are still very behind. So how we are going to adopt such kind of AI model where you don't have enough people who are digitally literate? So that is one challenge. And also another, since there is a employment and unskilled labor is so high, unskilled labor is so high in India, so definitely it is also going to impact their conventional job and occupations. So now one hand we have these challenges. So AI has both pros and cons. So what Dr. Ramanand said, so there are different sectors in our system which really needs a efficient AI based model where the problem can be resolved. So take example of pending cases in lower judiciary, so high, and lower judiciary is not so efficient, so that the problems, these pending cases problems can be resolved. So there are some sectors which really needs AI based model where AI effectively can play a very efficient and productive role. So when it comes to the adoptions of AI, I think there must be a sectoral model. Which sectors are need AI and which sectors actually need some different kind of interventions. So AI must have sector specific. India must have a sector specific policy. Since we have different kind of challenges, and challenges are multiples, those challenges need a specific kind of solutions. AI cannot be panacea for every problem. And you see, still we don't have institutional mechanism to regulate AI. There are conventional and traditional institutions which are basically, take example of broadcast ministry and telecom and other ministries, and related players are there. But we don't have what Dr. Ramanand said, comprehensive policy framework. Since definitely if still along with the AI, the pros and cons of the AI, the policy framework will also evolve as AI will be adopted and will increase in our day-to-day activities. The challenges, problems and consequences will be there. On that basis, definitely the framework will also expand. So for time being, that's all for this question till now, and further we can discuss.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. So, like, yes, as you mentioned about that, how education and the role of AI integration has not only developed policy making growth, but also in order to see that how these challenges can actually be problematic at the same end, but also in order to ensure that how these challenges can actually be limited and even mitigated through government related policy framework that can actually be built at a more growth and enhanceable level. So sir, similarly the second round is majorly focusing upon the same. The theme of the second round is that how there is some of the implementation challenges in the AI related governance framework, and not only that, how it is affecting the same in our real world growth scenario, so that how we are able to bridge the gap between them, and how the research institutions becomes very much adaptable in order to ensure that how AI becomes very much soothing and adaptable, and also to ensure a more growth related framework of the same, so that it should not be looked at from a very disappointing point of view, but also a very positive booster for the same. So, sir, Dr. Ramanand, sir, now I have a question to you. Sir, the question states is that we know about various research centers and academic institutions who are actually working in order to adopt AI from a more real world perspective, not from such a perspective which is only a one sided perspective, but from a broader point of view. So, what do you think that what are the challenges which are preventing the growth of AI from a more governance related sector, so that these research institutions can actually promote the growth of AI in a government related sectors and in other sectors as well, from your point of view, sir?
So Urja, जैसा विनोद जी ने भी बताया कि AI basically affecting not one part of the society, but it's entirely whole society. So जो सोसाइटी का ही बाई प्रोडक्ट है, गवर्नमेंट है और अदर इंस्टीट्यूशन है. So if it is affecting one part of the government or one part of society, means it is going, it is already affecting all part of the society and all part of the world. Now problem is that we are still seeing AI in a very fragmented manner. We are thinking that AI is affecting education, AI is affecting agriculture or health, but the fact is that AI basically have impact on every part of our surrounding. And now we need to understand and we need to make policy in very holistic manner. So research institutions, even research institutions are not immune to these issues. They are also trying to address these things in a very fragmented manner. Either they are just trying to focus on the health or trying to focus on the education. If they just want to work in the field of health, they think it will be kind of monitored by the Ministry of Health, but that is not the case. For the AI, it's the responsible ministry is a mighty, but if you want to work in the particular domain, you have to engage with that concerned ministry. So it's a very kind of because it is very evolving, the issue is also very evolving. Whom to approach, how to approach, and who will be the kind of the decision making the person in the particular body. और मुझे लगता है कि गवर्नमेंट इज ऑल्सो टेकिंग टाइम टू अंडरस्टैंड कि इसको कैसे हमें करना है. एज मच आई एम अवेयर, आज शायद कर्टन रेजिंग इवेंट है AI समिट जो इंडिया में होने वाली 2026 का, एंड maybe by February 2026 we will able to kind of formulate a proper policy guideline to address those issues. And it is not a very kind of simple thing कि हम इसको address कर सकते हैं कि education institution कैसे काम करें या research institution कैसे काम करें, because it's a very complex thing है. Research institution एक particular domain में काम करेंगे, but वो particular domain is also connected to 10 things. मतलब उनको उसके लिए अलग अलग गवर्नमेंट के ऑर्गन के पास जाना पड़ेगा, उसके लिए गाइडलाइन भी अलग अलग लोग बनाएंगे. सो कैसे ये चीजें आगे बढ़ेंगी, इट्स ए कॉम्प्लेक्स, बट आई विल थिंक कि गवर्नमेंट इज वर्किंग ऑन इट एंड इट विल बी रिजॉल्व मे बी इन नेक्स्ट 3 to 4 months. क्योंकि सिर्फ चैलेंज हमारे लिए नहीं है, गवर्नमेंट में बैठे लोगों के लिए भी चैलेंज है कि इसके लिए क्या गाइडलाइन बनाया जाए.
Yes, sir, definitely. So, like as you mentioned that yes, the work is in actually being processable at the same end, that yes, our government institutions are working on the same, and on the other hand, not only various institutional heads and academic heads are also working on the same in order to implement the same from a broader perspective. And we all know that yeah, challenges there are challenges, and the implementation of the same does takes time, and we also have to ensure each and every basic minor thing, so that the country should be in a more processible way and manner, and to ensure that it not only benefits ourselves but also the people living in the nation should also be benefited from the same, to ensure its more positive impact. So, sir, going with the flow, so sir, Dr. Vinod Kumar, sir. So, like as I mentioned, when we go with the flow, so it's very important to understand that in our nation there are very marginalized communities coming from a lower background, and also there are rural households people especially. So, what do you think? We know that there are any growth and development that actually happens. For example, like there is a bridge-based development or a dam-based development that happens. So many indigenous communities are forced to leave their own home places, and the government provides them with compensation and everything so that they can ensure a better livelihood for the same. So similarly, how AI tools and policies will actually affect the growth, the level of development for these marginalized sections and communities, and also to ensure that the disparity which arises between various ethnic groups and religious communities, the fights, the conflict tensions must be reduced through the growth and development of AI based policies. So,
So, like again, I'm repeating the same point, Urja. Like AI is not itself a panacea. Like it will resolve all the problem and issues. So, see, like what issues you are mentioning here, uh, ethnic issue, marginalizations. These are like very much socially embedded and structural issues. No, AI can play a very important role how to formulate policy and how to implement policies effectively meant for these vulnerable sections of the society. AI can help only in the proper implementation and efficiency of the policy meant for these people. So definitely but again, the point is coming here, like who is using AI for whom, for what purpose? Hmm? So that is also a very important aspect here. So as already we have discussed in the first round, since automation industry or AI based policies, definitely it is going to reduce the human intervention, what Dr. Ramanand said. But on what cost it is going to reduce the human intervention, and who is going to be impacted largely for those consequences if we have any roadmap. So when a policy is need to be designed for the AI regulations, how the different concerns are going to be taken into consideration is very important for the policymakers. Yeah, that's all. Any follow-up question?
so, sir, like as you mentioned that yes, like you even said the same in round one, it depends upon like which community is using it and how the transformation of the same is happening. But sir, when we talk about that, yes, those communities are not that well educated as well on the same hand as per to those individuals living in the urban areas, right? So, sir, do you think that if we will actually adopt AI in a more well enhanced way and it is actually getting a positive response, so how those community members will actually able to use it from a more transformation way? Are there any kind of growth and development that are taken into account by our government sectors in order to ensure the growth and development of people living in rural areas through AI?
Yes, yes. No, just I'm giving one example, Urja. Take uh, now we can book our tickets online. We can fill our forms, and we can some basic things. Matlab, these things are very generalized now. Like how many people, even the educated ones, are still aware about this process? Even you will find many people, they have basic understanding of running computer or laptop, but still they are not able to operate properly, how to book tickets and how to do basic things which have become very normalized. So you can understand the divide, the digital divide in India. So when you're talking about these communities, so we need to assess also their digital literacy to what extent they are able to adopt the technology. So digital literacy is the preconditions of adopting the AI. Do you agree or not?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
No. So definitely, therefore, I'm saying if till very structural problems have not been resolved. Therefore, I'm saying definitely the sectoral based approach of the public AI policy need to be adopted. Sectoral based. No. So first we need to understand the precariously of a particular sector. No, which sectors and which areas are more precarious, where we can adopt AI and where we cannot. No, so when it comes to the marginalized communities, then definitely we need to resolve the fundamental problems first. Education, human development, HDI. Hmm? Education, their basic incomes, housing, and other amenities.
But sir, you are absolutely right. But see, I am as a student of a college. So sir, it's very important for the education policy makers to even change the way they actually have posted the same in our books and theories, because like we people learn a lot from books and theories, but the situation which they right now teaches is so vulnerable that they never talk about the development of people living in rural areas, because the picture and the generalization framework which has already been framed, they continues to teach the same. But from their point of view also, they sometimes tend to add their value points as well. But sir, what about the youth? Like we are interacting with such good professors like you sir, and even academic institutions and director of CPRG Dr. Ramanand sir. So sir, what do you think that how these policies can be so much changeable and affectable for the youth in order to actually study in such a way that it's the things are never one-sided, it's are always two-sided, sir, as you mentioned while you stated the same.
Yeah, that is there. Like, I'm giving just one example of the this AI and quality of education. So take example of online exams, hmm, and online submissions and all. And now because of the AI, the examination patterns are also changing, where AI is playing a very significant role. So now there is a problem of cognitive ability of the students. AI is also impacting negatively the cognitive ability of the student because of the over dependency on AI. No, so take example of America and US. Uh, they are going back to the conventional mode of pen paper exam. No, so these kind of, therefore I'm saying, like, if when we are assessing the impact and adaptability of AI, there would be some pros and cons. We need to carefully analyze the pros and cons of both AI. Accordingly, we need to formulate our policy designs and regulatory framework.
So thank you so much for clearing my doubt in such a good way. So sir, as we move and proceed ahead to the last round of today's session, so sir, the last round of today's session focuses upon building sustainable, scalable for AI governance in India's future, that how we can ensure more sustainable growth through AI in India's future related policies. So, sir, Dr. Ramanand, sir, what do you think that India's governance ecosystem and institutionalized based innovations will actually adopt these bodies, processes, and partnerships, and hence will it be more and more effective in order to ensure the AI based accountability through technology proliferates across sections?
Urja, what you have asked, it is kind of a very futuristic question. How India can scale up, AI and AI related framework or AI related equities in broader sense or for public good. The first, I think, point which we need to take care, we need some kind of a regulatory sandbox where we can understand AI related activities and we can also promote those things. The second part, and I think on second part we are already working in somehow, the public private research partnership. We need to understand the impact of these technologies and how it is affecting the society and how we can use them in best way. That is also very essential part, because technology will come and it will also affect the society, but we need to understand how we can use them in the best way. Then I think as I have mentioned, we will also not only centralize regulatory, but we will also need some kind of sector specific regulatory systems which can take care those sectors, those areas where AI policies are being implemented. So I think these are the some points which we can take care. We can talk in detailed manner, but I think we need to work on these issues so we can scale up and we can also promote those things. The public private partnership we usually talks about, but the AI is the thing जहाँ पर गवर्नमेंट से ज़्यादा प्राइवेट लोगों का इंटरेस्ट है. Private companies will bring the kind of a technology and government bodies have some data. So if you want to change something in the health sector, government have data but they don't have that kind of technology. So they need to invite some tech companies who are good in AI or AI related tools, and with the support of government data, they can bring some solutions.
So, sir,
I
absolutely.
believe Dr. Nand has to leave right now. I was just informed. So I wanted to take this opportunity and thank you, Dr. Nand, for joining us today morning and sharing such valuable insights. And all that you have pointed us towards is also the accountability within ourselves. Like the case usage you mentioned, and at the lower courts, आपने एक बहुत important बात बोली कि जो वहाँ पे लोग आ रहे हैं उनका क्या, उनके लिए 1000 देना भी मुश्किल है. तो अगर उनका आना हम स्टॉप कर सकते हैं विद एआई इंटीग्रेशन, जहाँ पे वो उनका ट्रैवल कॉस्ट भी बचे और उनका काम भी हो जाए. So that systematic integration of AI is not just one dialogue, it's a continuous thought process. And that is why even in the symposium in April, you had brought this point up कि end-to-end solutions की जब हम बात कर रहे होते हैं, end-to-end solutions are also beginning from the individual. And I clearly remember how you emphasized कि individual की accountability in using AI is so important to gather ethics guidelines जो आपने उस टाइम हमें गाइड किया था to be working on. आज 3 or 4 months down the line, sir, this is a question coming from all of us working in the space. How do you see that the personal accountability towards usage of AI? जैसे अभी विनोद सर ने बोला कि यूएस यूके में लोग वापस जा रहे हैं पेपर पेन पे, तो आप ह्यूमन सेंट्रिक एस्पेक्ट को कितनी वैल्यू देते हैं? जैसे हम लोग स्वधर्म एंड स्वभाव वाला एक चीज अपनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के थ्रू लाना चाहते हैं, उसकी स्पेस है गवर्नमेंट में, उसकी स्पेस है कि हम आप जैसे लोगों के साथ इंटरेक्ट करके एक ऐसी पॉलिसी गाइडलाइंस बनाएं जिसमें ये चीजें हाईलाइटेड हो.
थैंक यू आरती जी. आई थिंक गवर्नमेंट लगातार ट्राई कर रही है और मुझे लगता है कि इट्स अ वेरी इवॉल्विंग सिचुएशन एंड वी विल able to have something very concrete maybe next 4 to 5 months. Day before yesterday I also wrote on the same thing, because we are just going to organize a global summit on AI, and our vision of AI is very Indianized, as you mentioned. So Dharman Sobhav, they have also mentioned one planet, 8 mantras. It's a very interesting kind of thematic division which they have made for the AI summit. And मुझे लगता है कि जब पूरे देश के लोग होंगे, entire global south will be there, we will bring something more concrete and more kind of human based or human centric approach जो ना केवल इंडिया के लिए वैल्यूएबल होगा बल्कि एंटायर वर्ल्ड के लिए भी एक काइंड ऑफ वेरी वैल्यूएबल गाइडलाइन हम बना पाएंगे। बट जब तक अभी नहीं बनी है या जब तक हम कुछ ऐसा नहीं कर पाए हैं, we need to take care those human values. As I mentioned in the beginning of this conversation, we need to prioritize human values कि किस टाइम पे किस वैल्यू को हमें ज़्यादा प्रमोट करना है। कभी प्राइवेसी ज़्यादा बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होगी और कभी उसकी लाइफ भी बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट होगी। इफ़ लाइफ इज सो इम्पॉर्टेंट, वी नीड टू गिव लाइफ को ज़्यादा वैल्यू देने की जरूरत है, एटलीस्ट हेल्थ सेक्टर में। थैंक यू हैविंग मी।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you to be part.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much, sir.
Urja, back to you now.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. So, sir, I have to ask you the last question of today's round three. So, sir, the last question of today's round three is that, so like based on your public policy expertise, so sir, like as Dr. Ramanand sir mentioned that how AI will actually ensure national consistency and state level flexibility across the different sectors of our government, executive, judiciary, and even the federal structure of our nation. So sir, my question is that how we can design the AI governance based system that becomes so responsive and so transformational in order to ensure that the technological advancements that are happening within our nation will able to ensure its integrity in the future. So, what's your viewpoint on the same?
You are bringing so many aspects in one question, so it's quite like difficult to address in one go.
So you can answer as
Yeah.
per to your comfortability.
Yes.
No issue, sir.
Yeah. So take example of when it comes to the proper implementations of AI or what kind of framework we can design. So take example of GST, no? So GST have a council where the proportional representations of different states has been ensured. That becomes a very significant actor or body in governing the GST policy. I think like there must be in order to ensure the participation and inclusiveness of the every regions of the India, we need to have such kind of framework where we must have a AI council where the representations of different states and regions must be ensured so that the inclusive policies or need-based policies can be adopted. So when it comes to the implementations of the policies, so take example of technology. Technology is a matter of concurrent list, where state also have the rights to formulate policies and rules and regulations, and center also have. So in India, you see, we have also the regional diversity. Some areas are very advanced in terms of technology. So take example of high-tech cities. No, Hyderabad, Bangalore, or some Mumbai or Delhi, metropolitan cities and all. And some areas are still lagging behind in terms of technological advancement. So a uniform policy or is not going to be a very good solution. No, there must be the regional concerns and regional challenges must be addressed in the coming regulatory framework of the AI. So that's about what kind of policy approach we can adopt in relation to India or the kind of system we are federal in nature, so definitely we have different stakeholders. There is not a unitary or government where we have only one center. So regulations here is layered from center to state to local. So how different actors are going to be interacted and how the responsibilities are going to be distributed, that is also very important to understand in the regulatory framework of AI. So that's all, Urja.
So
Any
thank you
further
so
questions?
much for your wonderful insights on the same. Through this, we are not able to tackle the basic questions which arises in each and every individual's mind, but also you and sir has not only provided us with a broader framework of the same and even provided the basic conclusion out of the same, that how these challenges can actually be mitigated and how we can even ensure it from a broader point of view to ensure its actual growth and development. So sir, I think some of the key takeaways that we can actually ensure from today's session is that not only AI has some of the important role to play in the institutionalized based sector, and also to ensure that if we actually have a more policy and evidence based research, so that we can explore it from a more broader perspective of the same, and in order to ensure that the implementation of these things across different sectors of India should take place in that way, that we are able to address those challenges in a more broader point of view, and in order to ensure the policy based communication which majorly the rural communities actually faces, and in order to ensure that how AI based growth and AI based sustainability will actually lead to the growth principle of our country, so that we can evolve technological based growth by maintaining India's basic core principles, and to ensure that not only AI will actually play a best role in framing India's policy based governance structure, and in order to ensure that it does not impact the mind of our youth professionals, and also boosting our youth professionals in order to ensure that how the education based system is not only a rote learning based system, sir, as you mentioned. It's more about a more theoretical based system, a more new skill based system which each and every youth must practice and propagate on the same, to ensure that if you yourself will not able to go through it, and if you're not able to develop a keen interest, because it's a need of an hour, it's a topic to actually being a debate upon, to discuss upon, and then not only an issue, but more than that, it's a more genuine and reasonable topic to look it from a broader perspective. And especially, not only it's important for the students who are from political science background, but from each and every field, whether it's commerce, humanities, or science, to know that how its broader perspective and its institutionalized framework is not only building India's growth and development based principle, but also ensuring our country's growth on a more developed based platform, and to ensure India's economical world related socio political growth with respect to India's future in right hands. So, sir, right now I will welcome Miss Aarti ma'am to close the session and to close the podcast, and even to address each and everyone in the last. Ma'am, you are
Thank you,
welcome.
Urja. Thank you, Urja, for being such a wonderful moderator. And like you have been moderating, the future of AI governance also looks that it's not in perfect policies, but in our collective commitment to the continuous learning, adaptation, and courage to do what is right. Today, both our speakers, Dr. Ramanand Nand and Dr. Vinod Kumar, have gotten us back to thinking what it lies in it for us. And that reminds me uh, of a quote from Ernest Hemingway's Wisdom for the Age of Artificial Intelligence. And it goes this way: the best way to find out if you can trust someone is trust somebody to trust them. But the best way to build a trustworthy system is to make it transparent, accountable, and aligned with human values. Whether it was Dr. Vinod taking us through the processes of how research institutions help us and are standing at this unique crossroad where they're equipped with knowledge, but knowledge implementation and the dialogue between the practice of theory and academia has to be built up through the governance framework, wherein Dr. Nand reminded us that navigating the complexity of this integration at every level is not just one day's work, it's a continuous process wherein the government has started to do its own actions, and we as civil society and people of the community are taking this challenge also and coming along together and making it worth our while, because the challenges we face in building effective AI governance frameworks are not merely technical or regulatory, they are fundamental. They are fundamentally human, that demands our wisdom, collaboration, and unwavering commitment to the greater good. At A4G Impact Collaborative, that is exactly what we are doing. With our second podcast successfully right here in front of you, we look forward to gaining more wisdom from people like Dr. Nand and Dr. Kumar, and also creating a more integrated, collaborative system at A4G to stand out and say that the future is here and we are answering the call. Are you? We thank all our directors. We thank the entire team behind this podcast in making sure that where we stand today is another step forward. Even when the path is uncertain, the certainty is that we are human and we are using the humanness to do what is right. Thank you, and I sign off today.